What's good, YouTube? Andre here with the DM Network, or DM Gaming, as it will. Today, y'all want to talk about in-game and replayability in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. But before we get into all of that, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on bell icon notifications so you don't miss a single upload. We upload every day. My PlayStation ID is DM Gaming 5. You can also follow me on Twitter at DM Gaming 5, Twitch at DM Gaming 06, and Instagram at the_DM_network. You can also follow us on Facebook at DM Gaming 06. That's the page for the channel. Join the over 9,000 hype squad by hitting the subscribe button, whether you're new or you've been watching the videos and just hadn't done it yet. And like I said, turn on the icon, click that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything, any information that we're putting out, because nobody is covering this game as good as we are and as hard as we are. So on with the video. Of course, recently, semi-confirmed, or, in a sense, last video I did was with Makai saying, we talked about the information coming out about the Boo saga and the Cell saga being, they say it's confirmed. Until I hear it from Bandai Namco, it's not confirmed, but to me, it's confirmed. Came from Geekdom 101 as well as PS3 HD 360. And like I said in the video yesterday, I believe it's going to be in the game anyway. So this isn't news. It wouldn't be news if it's confirmed, because it should be in the game anyway. If it's not in the vanilla game, it's going to be DLC. So regardless. But anyway, so this morning I was listening to a couple of more interviews from the producers and stuff like that. And it's just the overall message of the game is this game is meant to be played in a living, breathing environment. It's meant to be lived as Goku. And people who complain about the story, you have to realize this about the story. The story that we've been told through all these other Dragon Ball games have been repetitive, and it gotten boring. Not boring to me. I love it regardless. But for some people, it's gotten boring. And I think the reason why is because the story has always been linear. You're going from one boss to another with nothing in between. That's why Budokai 3 was so monumental, because you actually got to fly around the map. So you got this sense of freedom. This game is going to be even bigger than that. That's why Legacy of Goku was so popular. I think that the fact that people are not going strictly from one boss to another, and you got to do all these other things in between, you become Goku and live as Goku. And that's what they want in this game. What I want to talk about today is end game and replayability, because I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball games, and I love RPGs, and I love open worlds or open free roam sandbox type games. So to have something like this, I'm going to be playing this a lot. And my biggest concern, because what I've seen from the gameplay so far, I'm happy with. Also, one thing I want to mention is the combat depth. So for those of y'all who played the demo or seen the demo, we talked about combos, and they do have combos in the game. But from what I've read in Kotaku's article about the game, and from what the producers have alluded to as well and said, and Dimitri in his live stream said, the producer said, is that the game is going to start off simple. But Kotaku wrote in their article, when they talked to the producer, he said that, and Dimitri said also, is that basically the combos start out simple at first. But they get more complex when you unlock, when you get to the point in the game where you unlock things like Kaioken, when you unlock things like Super Saiyan, the Spirit Bomb attack, and all those kinds of different things add to the depth of combat and combos. And I think also you will be able to learn different types of combos as well. So that's going to be very interesting as well. But like I said, so with the gameplay I've seen so far, the combat system and things like that, I'm very pleased. And my biggest concern at this point is there in-game content, and is there replayability? So what happens after we beat the game? What happens, with RPGs? A lot of RPGs have in-game. They have the main game, and then they have in-game. And that's important. These quests that we're doing, are they going to continue to be around? What's going to be the point of getting stronger after you finish the game? How many hours are there in this game? I mean, looking at this one small area, that the game was featured in the gameplay. There was a good number of side quests. There was a good number of things to do for that general area. Now, when you magnify that, when we looked at the world map, how many different areas are just that same size, if not bigger in some areas? And that's just planet Earth. There's going to be a ton of things to do. I could easily see putting 100 hours into this game. And with that being said, I know that's going to last a while. So it's going to be important for this game. What's going to make or break this game, in my opinion, is going to be the end game and the replayability. If there's a new game plus, that would be something that would be really cool. I don't see them having an end game. Maybe like martial arts tournaments, stuff like that would be really cool for end game content. This is where people who play online or who wanted the game to be online are going to come in and say, this is why the game should be online. Because if it was in game content, you could just fight versus and this and that and this and that. Okay, but it's not. So what are we going to do for end game? The versus mode, like they did say there's no PvP. They did say that there is no online, essentially. So I don't even think there's going to be a verse mode in the game. If it is, I would be extremely surprised because that doesn't look like the route that they're trying to go. That doesn't look like what they're trying to accomplish with this game. But I know that door is open in a sense because there are going to be points in the story where you do play with other characters besides Goku. But for the most part of this game, you are playing as Goku. It's kind of like Spider-Man, where you actually have to do parts of the story as somebody who's not Spider-Man. Same thing in God of War. There was a part where you actually played as the little boy instead of Kratos. So there are going to be points in this game. I don't want y'all to get confused and think like in this main, that you'll be able to play through the whole game as some other characters. You're not. There's just going to be points in the game where in order for them to stay true to the anime, you're going to have to control primarily a different character. So, and as far as the depth, I don't know how you level up your other characters because one thing that I noted was watching the gameplay at the end when Goku leveled up to level 5, it didn't say anything about Piccolo getting experience or leveling up. So do you have to actually go and train your support characters and stuff like that? Or, I don't know how that's going to be, but until we see that, it's going to be tough to say that the structure is in place to have multiple characters in this game. The boss battles, the bosses that you fight in the game, they're OP. They're OP for a reason because it's a single player game. And that's how they're able to accomplish that. They talked about balancing and things like that. So that's why I don't believe there's PvP in the game. And I know people will say, well, versus mode is a little bit different than PvP. PvP is generally when you're playing player versus player in that same area. Versus mode is a mode that is separate from the entire game itself. So will they put that in this game? I don't know. I don't think they will. So let's set our minds on the fact that they're not going to, and let's just focus on single player. So like I said, what is going to be the end game? What is going to be replay? Is there going to be any replayability in the game? So replayability after we beat the game, are we going to be able to go back and play through the game having kept everything that we unlocked in the game? Would you rather do a new game plus? Or would you rather have some type of in-game content in the game to where you could progressively still get stronger? You're not going to be able to learn new techniques because that's just not part of it. But progressively get stronger for whatever the DLC could potentially be. This is what I would like. I would like both. I would like the option to do a new game plus to maybe get some stuff that you didn't get through the first playthrough of the game, get stronger or whatever. But I would also like an end game in the game to where like you do stuff like continue to train, continue to hunt and fish, continue to live as Goku, continue to fight. If we do have the other world, I would love to be able to fight in the other world tournament. I would love to be able to fight in the World Martial Arts tournament. And I would just love to live as Goku. I could literally see myself, even if there's no bosses to fight, to be able to just sit there and train and fight in tournaments. Like that would be legit for me. Some people, I don't know, but for me, that would be awesome. And then continue to progress your character. And then whenever the new content comes, hopefully for my mindset, DLC would be Dragon Ball Super based. Then you would be ready to fight the next challenge, or even movie characters, whatever the case may be. Movie characters would be a good end game content. But I mean, the sky's the limit. You know, for all we know, the game could be so in depth and long that you don't even have time for end game. By the time you're done with the game, you know, it's time for a DLC pack to roll out or something to that effect. Because it doesn't take long for the first DLC packs to roll out, because they know that some people are going to speed through this game. I would not do that at all. So let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions. What do you think would be in game, or what do you think should be what do you think would help with replayability in this game? Let me know what y'all think, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.